NFC North Roundtable. Here we go. We are at the tail end of the season. These guys are laughing in the background, having a good time. Well, everybody except for maybe Bass. He almost called out sick, but we brought him in. You know, he's got to face the music. The Packers lose to the Bears. Can't feel good. 22-16 in overtime. Vikings beat the Giants. That was an interesting game. And then the Lions all but lose their playoff hopes. So let me bring in the fellas to talk all about it. Fellas, so good to see you. Nick, once again in the driver's seat. Brother, I'll go to you first. How you feeling this week?
I mean, shoot, feeling pretty darn good if you ask me. But I just want to start off with saying this, is that game Saturday night was absolutely electric. That is what you hope out of Bears versus Packers. Like, that was a great game. I know Baz doesn't hope for the outcome, but I was hoping for an intense game like that. So overall, it was a great game. It was one of the better games I've ever watched this season. Wow. The Packers, they put up a fight. Not a big enough one. That's okay.
Oh, really? Not for 58 minutes, they put up a fight.
Bass, how you doing tonight, man?
Oh, man.
I mean, listen, a couple days away from Christmas. All right, I get it. You know, the team lost, but you got to be doing pretty good yourself, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it stings, but like you said, a couple days away from Christmas, so it's kind of like taking the heat off of it a little bit. Like, obviously, you know, losing to the Bears at any moment sucks, but you know, you still got a couple weeks in the season. You can clinch playoffs this week without even playing if somehow the Vikings beat the Lions, which would be crazy, but we'll see. Crazier things have happened, right? Look what happened to Romeo Dobbs on that onside kick. So, yeah, it stings, but you know, I think we'll see him again in the playoffs. So I'm excited for that because it's a good game. It's, you know, the rivalry seems like it's back, right? Ben Johnson, great coach. So I know we'll talk about it more, but you know, it stings, but hey, we got more football to be played.
Well, Dose, you are back. A lot of people in the chat thought you were ducking. Clearly you are not, because you're back at probably the worst time ever. This season's basically all but over for you guys. You need a lot of help to make this happen. How you doing otherwise, though, brother?
Man, I know I'm happy to be back, man. It's good to be back. First off, shout out to my man Christian for stepping in, man. I appreciate that. Also, what Bass was saying, look, that's how I'm trying to look at it too. You know what I mean? Now you guys are in a much better spot, but I'm still believing. Maybe it's because it is Christmas. Like, well, would it really be crazy if you told me we could win back-to-back games? That ain't crazy. Okay, is it crazy the Packers could lose 2 games in a row? That ain't crazy. We're still alive. You know, we're still battling for something, and it starts Thursday. So, you know, we're still in it. We're still in it.
All right, yeah, hanging on to the bitter end. Santa's real, so that's good. We all agree there, so no problem. You guys should be fine. Lepicus filling in for One Bar Man. How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, I'm feeling good. We won 3 in a row. I mean, it sucks our quarterback's hurt again. Seems to be kind of this, you know, we're used to that now. But it sucks. But yeah, 3 in a row. Why not? I mean, Christmas week, feeling pretty good. Lions come up here on Christmas Day, and Dion, I mean, your expectations have really fallen off the map since the last time I talked to you.
Yeah, well, they've had to. I mean, I'm kind of forced in this spot. There's not much I can do. We just keep losing football games, man. It's like at this point, I don't know. I mean, just with that Pittsburgh game, there's nowhere to go at that point. There's no
right.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that one was rough. That was a rough one to watch for sure. All right, well, listen, let's get right into it. Bears beat the Packers 22-16. Arguably, I don't know about game of the year, but finish of the year potentially. I mean, that was absolutely crazy. Onside kick, and then the bomb to end it, the walk-off touchdown. Nick, your team wins. You're sitting in first place. You got that upper left hand square, which is exactly where you want to be, brother. Talk to me about what you saw from your Bears against the Packers on Saturday.
I mean, listen, the game from start to finish was electric. I think that the Bears had their moment. I mean, they made Malik Willis look like a flipping Lamar Jackson out there. So there's still things to be worried about with this Bears team. That said, I've said it all season long. These guys don't give up. That's the difference with Ben Johnson, is that the Bears do not give up. You leave too much time left on the clock for them. Until the clock is at complete zero, this team is still in it. They've proven over and over again. Bears have had 6 game-winning drives this year so far, led by Caleb Williams. But you've seen nothing but progression. I mean, the Bears, since 1990, teams had a 12% chance of making the playoffs when starting 0-2. And obviously they lost to the Vikings. They lost to the Lions. The Bears, since that game, have been 11-2. This team is definitely shown growth. They've shown confidence. They continue to build amongst themselves. And that's what you saw against Green Bay. You saw them go out and make adjustments at halftime. Again, you saw them have confidence in themselves. I mean, like the conditions were terrible. 32 degrees, 21-mile-an-hour winds from the west going over the field. You saw those field goals start from right to left. I mean, no matter where you were on the field, it was just crazy. But just coaching was on full display right there. The Bears did not back down. They did not give up on themselves. And it all really started with Caleb Williams just showing that he has that killer instinct that just continues to get stronger and stronger and stronger every single week. I mean, this guy just looks like a completely different quarterback from week 1 to now. Completely different quarterback than last year. And overall, it's just been so much fun to watch. Love what this team put together. They put together a great defensive plan. They also did a really good job at making sure that they weren't giving up big plays every single time. Like there was so many explosive plays last time they were in Lambeau. It definitely was diminished. But also I just want to quickly call out is that shout out to the fourth phase. I mean, Bears fans at Soldier Field were incredible. Like the stadium was shaking. I had the opportunity to tailgate before the live stream that night. And just at noon, already all the tailgate lots were packed with fans ready to go. And players even said that the energy was off the charts. So this team just has a different energy this year. They just feel more confident. They feel more determined. And that's what just made this game so special. And, you know, DJ Moore obviously catching one of the most electric catches in Bears history was just awesome to watch. So super proud of these guys, super proud of the outcome. And, you know, sitting at 11-4, can't complain much there.
So are you guys clinched for the playoffs then? You guys are in, yeah?
We did. We clinched a for sure playoff spot, and we can clinch the North this week with either a Packers loss to Baltimore or just winning ourselves. We automatically clinch the North.
All right. Well, you'll need a Packers loss because you guys are playing the 49ers.
Let's go, Jesse.
We'll talk about this tomorrow, Jesse.
All right. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it for sure. All right, Bass, listen, you guys were on the losing end. Really back-to-back weeks where it's like the biggest loss isn't necessarily the L of the whole team. It's losing one of your better players once again. Now, we don't know, at least I don't know, maybe you can fill me in how long Love's going to be out for, but not only do you lose Love, but Willis gets banged up. I mean, this is just about as disastrous as it could be. Talk to me about what you saw from your Packers and give me an update on what's going on at quarterback, man.
Yeah, man. These past 2 weeks have been rough, not only with 2 straight losses and kind of like collapse on the offense, you know, really poor in the red zone. But like you said, with so many injuries, you know, when you look at the Packers football team, and again, I don't want to use this as an excuse because honestly, Malik Willis played fine. Like he did enough to win this game up until the fumbled snap at the end. But if you look at the Packers roster, and every team's dealing with injuries, but the magnitude of the players, you know, Micah Parsons, Tucker Kraft, Devontae Wyatt, Evan Williams, Zach Tom, Jordan Love, all are top 10 players on the roster. And they were all playing without those players there on Sunday. So at quarterback, you know, it didn't, again, concussions are speculative. Like you don't really know, you know, what or how long that's going to take someone out. Every concussion is different for every player. I will say it didn't look as bad when it happened. But then you've seen people like CeeDee Lamb where it looked terrible and he's still returned the next week. So there is hope that Love will be able to go this Saturday against the Ravens. But it seems like that no matter what, either one of Malik Willis with a shoulder injury or Jordan Love will be able to go against the Ravens. Now, Love can't talk with the media because he's going through concussion protocol. Willis mentioned he banged his shoulder up there right before overtime. And the Packers aren't signing any other quarterback. So it makes it very clear that, hey, one of these guys are going to be available for the Ravens game. Now, moving into this game, you don't want to give credit to the Bears. You know, the Packers were up, 10 points with just over 2 minutes left. Kairos Santos, what a game. Like this guy, every time I felt like, you know, we could have really had the dagger. He made a very impressive kick. And then in the very end, putting that onside kick exactly where it needed to go. So especially with all the wind, like Nick said, with the, every time you saw a field goal, the two posts were just jolting back and forth. I'm like, man, these are tough conditions. And honestly, both kickers were pretty near. I think they were perfect. Sanchez obviously making more kicks. So, big credit to either the Bears and Ben Johnson for able to fight through this game. Being down 10 until the very end, till the whistle, as much as I'd love to say that the Packers essentially dominated 3.5 quarters, football isn't played in 3.5 quarters. And I did like this scheme from Jeff Hafley. I mean, we only allowed field goals until the last 2 minutes. Given the fact that we're without Micah Parsons now, one of the big worries was, can we get pressure? And we got some pressure here or there, but we didn't convert that into any sacks. And it's hard with Caleb. He's a very elusive quarterback. He gets out of the pocket well. He could scramble well. But still, there wasn't enough flustering Caleb Williams per se. And that's hard to do without, your best pass rusher. I did like some of the blitz packages Hafley was sending. He was bringing corner blitzes, simulated pressures, A-gap pressures with Cooper, with Quay Walker, but we still didn't create any turnovers as well. And we had Xavier McKinney drop yet another interception. These are things that the Packers have to clean up and they have to actually do in order to become a playoff team. Because if they don't, they're not going to go far if they make it to the playoffs. Run defense still suspect. In between the guards, I mean, we're just getting moved out there, and credit to the Bears O-line. It's a very solid O-line. They run hard and they're getting like 5 to 6 yards a pop, and that sets up easy second downs, easy third downs. Our defensive backs were trash, for lack of better words. Nixon's been pretty poor the past few weeks outside of the interception he had against the Bears a couple weeks ago. He hasn't been too good. Carrington Valentine hasn't been that great. We were without Evan Williams, so that's, a big part why our defense has been okay this season. Special teams was god awful. I still question every day why Rich Bisaccia is the highest paid special teams coordinator in the NFL, because to me it just makes absolutely no sense. And you might be sitting here going, well, Romeo Doubs just has to catch the football. But if you actually put on the all 22 and you see that there's 3 defensive backs in front of him as his blockers, that then you start to question, okay, where are we putting these players and why? Because why is it Bo Melton, Javon Bullard, and Xavier McKinney blocking for Romeo Doubs? And why is it Romeo Doubs, a contact-shy receiver with a guardian cap, being the one to catch a ball and then instantly have contact on an onside kick? So definitely confused and concerned about our special teams. Jacobs not being 100% is an issue. Obviously, we saw he was clearly not 100%, but Emmanuel Wilson did fill in pretty well. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, red zone, it's a big issue. We're 0 for 5. In the red zone against the Bears. I think we're 1 for 10 the last 2 games. It's terrible. We got to clean it up. We got to be able to score touchdowns. We settled for field goals early. That came back to bite them. Now, with all that bad, there was some good in this game. I thought the blocking on the offensive line was decent, given that we're without Zach Tom. Again, I mentioned Jeff Hafley's scheme without Micah Parsons. I liked it. He mixed it up. He reached into his bag a little bit. Obviously, it wasn't enough in the end, but that was kind of just miscommunications, on that one touchdown to, I think it was Jade Walker. They're supposed to, banjo that coverage, switch, and Nixon didn't, left a guy wide open in the back of the end zone. And again, Malik Willis, I thought, filled in nicely. He was able to extend plays. He was 9 for 11 for 121, a quarterback rating of 142.8. I think he's going to earn an opportunity to start somewhere next year. He's on the last year of his deal. Packers aren't going to have enough money to pay him. Hopefully we can get a 3rd or 4th round comp pick from him signing a pretty, expensive deal from another team, and hopefully he can compete somewhere else. But it's been nice having him in our back pocket for, the times love does go down, and hopefully he will return. But again, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, the Packers still can clinch a playoff game playoff berth without even playing a game, or they can simply just go handle business, which is the result I want against the Ravens this weekend to clinch the playoffs. And who knows, like Dion was saying, things can happen, right? If the Bears lose to the Niners and the Packers win against the Ravens, we're talking about a week 18 for the NFC North, and the Bears have the Lions. A couple years ago, the Lions played spoiler against the Packers and completed that. So crazier things have happened. We'll see. We got 2 weeks of football left. Then we got the playoffs, and I hope we do see the Bears again in the playoffs, because it's always a good game. At least it has been here for 2025.
Oh, sign me up for a 3rd game of Bears Packers. Absolutely. Okay. So the scenario is win at least a game and you're in, or if the Lions lose, you're in. Yeah. Is that essentially it? Okay. Yeah. So
Lions and Packers are fighting for the 7, and essentially the Bears, if they lose to the 9, or there's 3 teams here. It's really it with the NFC at this point.
Okay. So you're feeling pretty good about getting in still. I mean, it's going to take a Herculean effort.
Depends,
you're not great until you clinch. I get it. But
exactly.
You're feeling a little better than Dose, baby. Although Dose Dose believes in Santa, so we're good. You know, Dose thinks that there's a chance. Dose, talk to me, man. You think that the chance is real? Is that, you know, come on.
You know what's crazy? So I was watching that Packers-Bears game, and the whole time I'm pulling for the Bears because we're supposed to pull for the Bears, I guess, right? The Bears lose that game. We win. We control our own destiny as soon as that happens. So the whole time I'm rooting for the Bears. They don't end up winning the game. The crazy ending at the end, Packers win. And then I'm hype a little bit afterward because I didn't realize at that time, I'm thinking, yo, wait a minute. We're actually going to win the NFC North. What's going to happen is Packers are going to drop them. Bears are going to drop them. We're going to run the table. We're going to win the North. It just set up for us. And then we lose to the Steelers. So that didn't happen. So it went from a very short period. I had a little high of belief for a second. But once I recognized that, hold up, we're not dead yet. Like, I still got to believe. You know, crazier things have happened than 2 games going wrong for the Green Bay Packers and 2 games going right for the Lions, especially with the Vikings. I mean, they're going through a lot right now. We should win this football game. We should. It doesn't mean we would, but we should. So we'll see what happens. But I don't see a reason to not believing. You know what I mean? It's too short of a season not to. So I'm gonna stick with it until we're out.
All right, sounds good. Well, Levigus, I mean, I maybe I'm wrong. I thought the Vikings might have already beat the Lions, but maybe I'm misremembering.
Smoked them.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely smoked
them. All
them.
right, I smoked them. All right, thanks, Levigus. Appreciate you chiming in and letting me know.
So no 9.
Well, listen, you guys didn't smoke the Giants, 16-13, a little bit closer than what you would have liked. Quarterback gets injured again, which is, you know, it's interesting. So One Bar has been on here the last few weeks, really before this 3-game stretch where you guys have won them all. And his big thing was, hey, you know, we're not going to make the playoffs, but JJ McCarthy's got to show me something down the stretch. And he was. He's been playing pretty dang good football, actually. And KOC's been doing a great job of putting him in a good position, not making him drop back 50 times and without running the ball. But the injuries are now starting to become more of a thing. I mean, you can't make it 2-3 weeks at a time without getting injured. This is a bit of an issue. So, Lepigus, talk to me about what you saw from the Vikings win over the Giants, and then JJ McCarthy in particular. Is he going to be back this week? How long-term is this? Are you concerned with these injuries? Just fill me in here.
Well, yeah, I'm going to start with JJ McCarthy because you look at his stats, think, oh my God, he didn't have a good game. He actually had a really good game until he got hurt. He's 9-14, 108 interception. That doesn't look good on paper, but the drop passes, the first drive, they get down there, Herculean effort by Justin Jefferson, getting some yak, driving the team down the field. And then JJ puts a perfect ball on Jordan Addison. It's almost like a punt, like it's in his belly, it's secured, he hits the ground, and then it comes out. I don't know how Jordan Addison dropped that ball. And then later, the next drive, one goes off Jalen Naylor's hands, intercepted. There was one before that. I think it was Naylor again, didn't catch it. It was a pick 6, but I think the Giants were off sides. But JJ McCarthy was in control, looked good, didn't look flustered. Like he had control of the offense. What KLC has been doing from the last 3 weeks is working and giving a lot of us Vikings fans hope that he can actually be the guy in the right offense. I don't think KLC was using him right earlier. Yes, injuries are a major concern with JJ McCarthy. I'm super concerned about it. He missed his first season. He missed, 6 games with a concussion or whatever the hell it was earlier in the season. And now his hand, I've never seen a guy get evaluated by the doctors at the sidelines. They poke his hand, he rolls over. How bad was he hurting? But also, if you know you can't grip the football, everybody thinks he fumbled it because of Brian Burns' hit. No, it came out before that. He could literally not even hold the ball. Tell the coach you can't hold the ball. Take a knee. Go in the half with a 10-point lead instead of trying to throw the ball when they were going to do that. You got to communicate that to your coach. I'm sorry. If you're hurting like that, you can't hold the ball. You have to let the coach know. So that made me a little bit upset. But this game, to me, I don't know. Watch it. Don't care. It was Giants-Vikings 16-13. A couple things, though. Vikings defense. Jackson Dart halftime. 1 for 5 passing, 2 yards, 1 interception, sacked 2.5 times. Brian Flores, the run defense was bad. But what they did at Jackson Dart was absolutely criminal. His entire game was just an absolute laughingstock, what they did to him. So I do want to give a lot of props to this game. Vikings won this game because of Aaron Jones. He was hurt, just gritted it out the second half. He was grabbing his hamstring, ran. He got the game-winning first down late in this thing. So really, Aaron Jones, just a gritty-ass performance by him, giving the Vikings the win in the defense, man. It was unbelievable. So, I'm concerned about this week going in. We have a lot of injuries. I don't know who the running back's going to be. TJ Hawkinson's hurt. The old line's banged up. No JJ McCarthy. If he would have been the quarterback this whole thing, I think we win by multiple scores.
Well, to your point, played well now, really 3 weeks in a row. Looking good. It's just, can he stay healthy? That's a big concern now. So we'll see how it plays out, see if he can get back on the field and, kind of right this wrong here with these injuries. But
he is out.
It is
ruled out. He's out for Thursday.
He is for sure out Thursday. Okay, well that's
He'll be the
all
max.
Right. Well,
Rosen
all right. So okay, all right. So listen, Dose. The whole thing. I take it all back. You guys probably gonna win this one. All right. Well, there we go. Feeling good. Bass. Maybe not feeling as good. We'll see if Lamar Jackson's back in, but we'll talk about that game. All right, Dose. Talk to me about losing to the Steelers once again. Aaron Rodgers, thorn in the Lions' side. Here we go. Comes in. Beats the Detroit Lions. And, speaking of injuries, I mean, this is a team that's been banged up all year long. The Lions just, God, you guys can't catch a break. I feel you as a 49er fan. Injuries everywhere. They're not helping right now, but ultimately, you guys fall to the Steelers. And, if you told me, Dose, that before the game started that one team would put up 29, I definitely wouldn't have picked the Steelers. Your guys' offense, 24 points wasn't good enough. And really the run game is what's the most interesting thing to me. I mean, this is where it's like you got Jahmyr Gibbs. He's one of the best in the business. You can't run the ball with consistency with him right now. Talk to me about what you're seeing from your Detroit Lions versus the Steelers, and then give me some hope going forward, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy with how happy Bass looked when he said that about Aaron Rodgers. He looked very excited that took place. I'm sure he was enjoying that one. Kenneth Gainwell, this guy. I can't stand this guy, to be honest with you. Every time I saw him, I was just get him off the field. That was frustrating, man. I'd say to start off with the last thing you hit on, which is the run game, it's been disappointing for a while, unfortunately. Like, we've had the big runs with Jahmyr Gibbs, but really all season long, Montgomery's been completely non-existent in this offense. And I don't really put too much of that on Montgomery. I put most of that on the offensive line. And it's something that they just haven't been able to get right. I mean, they've had guys get banged up, like Mahogany was in, and then he was back out, and then he came back in this past week. But even when he was out there, it wasn't something that you trusted a ton. So we've had weeks where we've had guys that have kind of, it's kind of been shaken up a bit. And we've had a few games where we've been dominant, like the Giants, we were pretty dominant around the ball. Washington, we were pretty dominant. But a lot of it's been Gibbs gets you a couple explosives, and then it's like, all right, well, the numbers look fantastic. But Montgomery has had almost zero success this year. And then over the last few weeks, we found him a little bit. And it was like maybe he'd get like 6 carries, and he had like one game was like 6 carries, 60 yards. Like, all right, we're coming back to efficiency. And that's what we've lacked all season long is efficiency rushing the football. And to me, it really has started with that offensive line. And I think just unfortunately coming into the year with Mahogany, played about 100 snaps last year, played really well, but he wasn't on the field that much. So a lot of it was still kind of unknown. And I think this year, unfortunately, when he's been out there, he hasn't earned or proven that he's the left guard going forward. That position is going to be open for grabs. Losing Frank, now having Graham step in. Graham hasn't been a people mover as a center. And I think that's okay. It's fine for his role. But the problem is when you don't have consistent guard play next to it, you really feel it. And I think for Tate Rallage, while things have been coming along a little bit, still being a rookie, you're getting a lot of hit and miss in pass pro. The Lions just haven't had that in their game. And especially if you're going into a game and the opposing team is pretty good against the run, it just hasn't felt existent. And unfortunately, this last game, I think, was a big step forward a lot of people have been talking about losing their identity. And I talked about it too, but I think this last game was a big step in showing that they felt they had to tweak it. They had to go a different direction. If they were going to give themselves a shot to make this final run, the way that they want to play isn't the way that they're going to beat good teams because they're just not capable of doing it right now. So they had to become kind of a pass-first team. And that's kind of what it became in this game. I mean, to the point they abandoned the run game completely. And understand, the Steelers did pretty well pretty early in that game. We had one run that popped a little bit for Monty, and that was pretty much it. But we shut it down. It was like, we're not even trying to run the football anymore. And while I think that makes sense, and I'm not mad at that idea and going that direction, I thought they had to go that direction. It does show you where the team's at in terms of who they typically are, and they're not able to lean into that. And I think it's just that fixed. The offensive line just has to get better. Now, I'll say this on the defensive side, because like you said, 29 points, you would have thought that'd be the Lions putting that up. In the first half, I was very pleased with some of the changes that they made. I mean, they didn't play the typical Lion style of defense. We did things that we would do at times against certain opponents for, certain matchups and ways that we'd play coverages. But this game, we leaned into it heavily. It was very different from what the Lions would typically do for a majority of the game. And it worked for them in the first half. They did a great job. They didn't let the Steelers beat them on checkdowns. They didn't let them beat them underneath. And for both teams who struggled on first down in the first half, the Lions had the one touchdown. So if they don't give up that Kenneth Gainwell amazing grab before half, you're up 10-3, you're feeling pretty good about at least you're playing a game that's going to give you a chance. But then the second half rolls around, and you knew Pittsburgh was going to adjust. They kept seeing two deep safeties constantly, and the coverages that the Lions were playing, Steelers made some good tweaks. They went everything horizontal. They leaned on the ground game. They popped a couple runs through that. Our cornerback run fits have been atrocious. Some of that's kind of what we're playing in the pass coverage game as well, because we don't have eyes in the backfield. Typically, that's a huge part of what the Lions are. Brian Branch, DBs, they're all big run support pieces. They haven't been. In this past game, it was bad. Every big run, you're like, there's nobody helping us. You got Rocky Sin running the wrong direction. He's not even looking at the ball. We had a lot of that. So you've had that issue, because I think right now you're at that spot where you've had to change things. You don't have enough playmakers right now, seemingly in the secondary, where they're comfortable consistently putting these guys on an island when they have to get off the field. So we're kind of changing up the approach that we were going to be and who we were going to be of the team to make this run and try to make that push to the playoffs. And I give them credit because they gave it a shot. They tried to tweak some things. It's just at this point, them being a play away is unfortunately what it's been for a lot of this season. It's like, hey, man, you're good enough to compete with pretty much everybody that you line up against. Problem is, as we play very good teams and the margin for error gets small, we're not making enough plays with some of the errors that we get with, especially some of the youth that's in there and some of the inconsistencies and assignment breakdowns that we've had. And I mean, this past game, there's a great example. We ran the same coverage twice. Steelers played it almost the same exact way. And both times, complete breakdowns in coverage, about 20 plus yards, sitting in zone and between the same group of guys. And to see that twice is kind of mind blowing at the NFL. You're like, that can't happen. It's one thing to have it happen. It can't happen twice. And it did. And I think it just kind of tells you where they're at a little bit here. So overall, it's disappointing. It's clear what the fixes are, where they're going to have to address this offseason. But it stinks because you'd love to be like, hey, we found a way to win that game. We did score on that last drive. We're still in the race. We play the Vikings. We should win that football game, and we have a chance. And it's just like, hey, we're going to have to just really minimize these errors, and we have to be really good and understand that if we do some bad things, we're going to lose these games because we can't make up for it. I think that's what we're seeing right now. Lions can't make up for some of the errors that they have.
Oh man, I mean, could you imagine in that scenario, you'd be a Bears fan 2 weeks in a row? I don't know what you'd do with yourself. I'd be
the biggest Bears fan. I'd be a great Bears fan. I mean, honestly, I was a big Packers fan that game. Oh, I was all over it, man. I was a massive Packers fan that game. I tell you,
Flip it.
And I was, man. So that little T's head out. I'm like, I ain't going that far, but I'm cheering.
I can ship you.
All right. I was saying we, Bass. We were all in, baby. We were all in, whatever it took.
Let's go.
Dropping the we with the opponent. Oh my gosh, man. You never want to get there, but I get it. Listen, I was a big Seahawks fan this last week. Made me sick to my stomach, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, you know?
Got to do it for the greater good.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. All right, fellas. Well, listen, let's hear from our sponsor, Sleeper. You get a 100% deposit match of up to $100 using promo code RTS. And you can still get that free $20 play without even making a deposit if you use the promo code RTS. Here are the picks of the week. Going with some Christmas magic to start things off. I got RJ Harvey at the anytime TD. Guys, by the way, I'm feeling myself. I've hit on my last two, so I'm feeling really good right now. So we're going and I say we because I know everybody in the chat's going to tail us because we're definitely going to win this one. RJ Harvey. More on the half TD. I've got Javonte Williams on sale at 69.5 rushing yards. I feel good about that. Sam Darnold's going to go on the road, 225.5 passing yards. I'm going more there. And then Kai Fairbairn, I'm giving him more on the field goals. They're going against the Chargers. I feel like that's going to be a field goal shootout. So I feel good there. Those are the picks. $10 to win $85.90. You can tail us. You can fade us. But either way, use promo code RTS. Link is pinned to the top of the description. All right. Got a super chat here. Let me remove this here. All right. Every week, Chris Viking says Packers suck. Lions always suck. Go Bears. Skull Vikes. Wow.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
More division love. I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this.
On Christmas, go Vikings, 100%. I'm with you, Chris. I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
We're all Vikings fans, huh? All right. I like it. All right. Let's hear from our other sponsor here real quick. All right. Pull this down. Okay. Jeez. All right. Nope, nothing. Add a stage. There we go. There it is. Technology, folks. It's tough. All right. RotoWire is the ultimate fantasy football tandem tool out there. You should be in your fantasy football championships this week. If you are having trouble setting your lineup, let RotoWire help you. 15% off using promo code RTS. But also, if you're a degenerate like we are, maybe you're playing Sleeper, you can go to Picks and Props. You can go to Daily Fantasy. You can go to Sleeper. And you can get some AI help making your picks. And I got to tell you, might have won the last couple ones because I got a little help from RotoWire. I'm not afraid to admit it. Shador Sanders, they've got more on the 170.5 passing yards. Debo Samuel, they love the more on the receiving yards. What they don't like is Saquon Barkley on 103.5 rushing and receiving yards. They don't like that against Buffalo. So there you go. If you need some help making your picks or setting your championship lineups, RotoWire's got you covered using promo code RTS. All right, fellas, it is time to preview week 16. I really can't, week 17, rather. I really can't believe that we're here. In fact, so much so that I just had the slip of week 16. When I made this show, I was like, no way, we just had a week 16. I went back and changed it to week 15 and then realized, oh shoot, it was week 16 already. We have 2 weeks left of the season. It's absolutely crazy. We've made it a full season, guys. We'll see who makes the playoffs. It looks like at least 2 teams from the North are going to make it, but it starts on Christmas Day with those Lions at the Vikings. Bass, I'm going to start with you here. I know that you're a huge Vikings fan on Christmas,
welcome.
but do they actually get it done?
100? No, they're not going to. Detroit's win or go home. Like, here's the thing, and they kind of were last week too. So I picked them last week against the Steelers, and shout out for Aaron getting business, handled there. But they really are win or go home here, and obviously, they need help with us. The Packers losing 2 games, but that's after Thursday. So they have to handle business on Thursday. If it was McCarthy, like, honestly, I might think about it because the Vikings defense is playing super hot. The Lions don't have an identity. McCarthy is efficient more than he was earlier in the season. But with Brosmer, I mean, what we saw him against Seattle, I don't know if I'd pick him against any team, honestly. So this is the Lions we're talking about here. I think it should be an easy win for them. I got Detroit 35-13. I'm giving Brosmer 13, and that was a stretch.
God, you remember when Brosmer, when fans were clamoring to see him over JJ? I remember that. That wasn't too long ago. All right, Nick, talk to me, man. Lions at Vikings on Christmas. How do you see this one going down?
Wow, it's not in Detroit. That already right there is working out in the Vikings' favor. No, the Vikings, I mean, listen, they've looked good. They've won, what, 3 in a row, Lupagus, right? 3 in a row?
Yeah.
Keep riding it, man. I mean, Detroit, I think that, I'm sorry, Dose, but all the life got sucked out of them in that loss to the Steelers. You go up to Minnesota. Minnesota's trying to get some momentum back after a tough start this season, have momentum going into the rest of next year. They're not playing for a draft pick anymore because they're going to be at the middle of the pack no matter what. I got Minnesota winning this game. They're going to play spoiler because last year, the Lions obviously took the number 1 seed from Minnesota because of those matchups. It's going to be a little bit of revenge for them. So just the way Minnesota's defense has been playing, I think that too, Detroit just hasn't been acting like themselves. I got Minnesota winning this one. Sorry, Dose. Welcome back. But I got Minnesota winning this one 28-17.
Wow. I love it. I absolutely love it.
4 passing touchdowns for Brosmer.
Oh, hey, it could be some rushing touchdowns from who knows
I was
who
thinking
the
more
running
one
back's gonna
rushing and defensive touchdowns. But yeah, no, for sure. There was 4 touchdowns for that guy. Why not?
All right, Lupagus, talk to me about this one, man. How do you see this one going down on Christmas? Are you going to be happy or are you going to be sad?
No, I'm beyond happy and sad at this point. It's just like, it doesn't matter anymore. No, if it was JJ McCarthy, I'd be way more confident. I think the Vikings defense will make this a close game. I just don't see Brosmer-led offense being able to score enough points. I don't know who our running back's going to be. Aaron Jones is hurt. Jordan Mason's definitely not playing. It could be Ty Chandler, Xavier Scott splitting carries. Hawkinson's out. We're banged up. I think it will be close, but I just can't see us scoring enough points. I think the Lions will win this one. Like, I'm going to say 21-13.
Ugh. All right, Dose. Only one of the other panelists picking against your Detroit Lions. I know you have faith. So what's the score prediction and how does it go down?
Yeah, I mean, I got faith that we're still alive, but I'll be honest, I'm nervous about this football game, man. There's not a, it's like, it doesn't matter if it's Brosmer. I've seen a lot of backup quarterbacks put up a lot of monster numbers on us, even in games that we've beat this team, and they just still do it. And especially at this point right now, as long as you have some good receivers, which they still definitely have at our cornerback position, it's just been shaky. And at this point, you're kind of just looking around like, you just want to see some of these guys prove themselves for the future. Like, I'm looking at like DJ Reed, like, man, I'm going to put you on the number 2. You got to be a dog, man. Like, at some point we need to see that come out. Amik Robertson, that's the Justin Jefferson stopper. That needs to continue. I'll say the one thing, and it's kind of what Nick said, being deflated after a loss. That's the one thing that can't happen. You can't go into this game, get beat 28-17. You can't get handled by the Vikings just because you're coming off that loss, which feels very deflating, right? The fact is you're still alive in this game. Dan Campbell can't afford to let that be the look of the team. That can't be how the season ends like that. Even if you lose, it can't end like that, right? It has to be an absolute battle through the end, even if you did find a way to lose this football game. So I think ultimately, if there's a game that you would think you'd find something on the ground game, it should be this one after last week, and seeing that the Giants found some real success rushing football against Minnesota, and they kind of just pushed them around a bit. We should get Glasgow back. So I have some confidence in that, but last time we played Minnesota, dude, the linebackers were torching us. Every time a linebacker blitzed, there was a problem, and they were blowing up Goff in the backfield. We've gotten a little bit better there, so I expect we're going to score a bit. I think this passing attack's in it's a really good spot, which is the unfortunate part. So I'll say we score 26 offensively. I'll give Minnesota 23. We find a way at the end.
Wow.
Oh, all right,
Yeah,
man.
Brogan's
I
gonna put up
didn't
points.
think it's. I
He's gonna
didn't
put up
expect it to be that close.
Unfortunately,
Man.
he's
Okay,
gonna
all
put-
right. Hey, Brian Branch being out is a huge deal. I gotta say, man, that he I don't remember. I don't even think you were here, Dose, because you've been out a couple weeks. When he went down, man, that's one of my favorite players in the league. I love the way that he plays, and to have that torn Achilles, man, that was brutal. I knew exactly what it was going to do to the back end of that defense, and it has been probably worse than I expected, man. It's clear.
No doubt. Yeah, that one hurts. Yeah, Branch does. I mean, we were playing the Packers, and he was matching up on it's slipping my mind now. Who's your big receiver? That guy is pretty fast.
Watson.
Yeah, we're putting Branch on Watson. That's where we were at. It's like that was our best matchup. It was put the safety on him. It's unfortunate.
All right. Well, we got a Saturday matchup rather. Packers, Ravens, two teams that really need a win, and two teams with some injured quarterbacks. We'll see if either one of their starters play. We might get a Huntley-Willis matchup. This one could be pretty fun. Saturday, let's see how everybody thinks this one's going to go down. Lupicus, talk to me about this one. Packers versus the Ravens on Saturday. How do you see this?
This one's tough. Baz, I mean, is Jacobs playing? Is Love playing? Like, what's going on there?
You should see the estimated injury report just came out. You should see this thing. I mean, it's taking up my whole screen, man. It's hard to say. I think they might rest Jacobs. It's all estimated today because there was a walkthrough, but Love and Willis are limited today. So we'll see.
And who's your emergency? You got someone else?
Clayton Toon's on the practice squad, but we'd
Oh
have
my God.
to pull him up. So
All right. Well, all that being
is Josh Jacobs, actually.
all right. Well, all right. I do think the Packers will find a way to win this game. The Ravens, I mean, they're hanging in there, but I think their time's up. I think they're done, and I think the Packers will win one. I'm going to say Packers win this thing 20-10. 2010 Packers win.
2010.
All right.
It's a good year.
Got to feel good about that. Dose, how do you see this one going down? Packers versus the Ravens. We see that Christmas, your Lions get it done. You need the Packers to lose. Do the Ravens help you out?
Hey, I will say, Malik Willis, man, I got to be honest. I know someone's got to trade for that dude. Someone has to make a call for that guy this offseason. There's no way. There's not
He's a
teams
free
going.
agent.
Yeah,
Oh, he's a free agent?
Yeah, we can't pay him.
That's right, because you guys didn't draft him. I was thinking you guys drafted him. Okay, well, regardless, someone's going to pay him some big money after the season. That said, though, Ravens have to get it done. Packers are the better football team. Ravens have to get it done, though. So there's no doubt I'm going out on that. The Ravens are going to handle business. Hopefully Lamar plays in this game, because if not, there's absolutely no chance this happens. But it's got to run the football pretty well. I mean, if anything, you do that. I mean, they also lost to the Steelers too, but they'll run the football pretty well, I think, in this one. Hopefully Henry pops a couple maybe, and they get it done. So 2013, give me Baltimore.
Gosh, I got to say, my son's a Ravens fan, so I watch a lot of Ravens football. I don't know if I've seen a more poorly executed team. They are so bad on offense. They put themselves in the worst positions, penalties at the worst times, turnovers at the worst times, drop passes, mental errors. I'm a Harbaugh fan too, but I don't know, man. It just might be time. That whole team is just they're so poorly coached, it seems like. It's really hard to watch. So we'll see. We'll see against the Packers. It would be just your luck, Bass, that they put it together this one game. Well, they did put it together against the Bears. Nick, talk to me about what you think is going to happen in this one. Packers versus the Ravens Saturday.
Well, I looked up it's in Green Bay because I feel like every game minus this past week is in Green Bay.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
3 games a year are away, and that's the division games. That's it.
That's right. That's right. You know, you got to pump the Green Bay economy. That being said, you know, the Ravens, they took us down. Now that this, is over with, this Green Bay Packers Bears rivalry for now, at least there's no for sure future. I would love a game 3 though. That'd be electric. I got Baltimore winning this one. I feel like they're playing with a fire under them right now. They're trying to obviously savage what to them is considered a fail season because they're always good every year. But is Willis for sure playing, Baz? That's what
I think it's gonna be Love. It's gonna be Love. Like he's limited. It's a walkthrough. He's limited, and again, it's all speculation. But like, it didn't look like a bad concussion. Like it.
You know what? Shoot, I want a Bears Packers matchup round 3 this year. Packers win this one. So 28-21.
Real quick. So you'd rather so 2 scenarios: Packers lose out, Lions win out. You guys have Lions in Chicago first round, or the other one, Packers versus Chicago round 1. Which one would you rather?
Ooh. Well, you guys lose, we get the North.
Yeah, no, you get that no matter what, right? You're the 2nd seed. We're calling that, and then either the Lions or the Packers 7th seed, first round of the playoffs. What would you rather want?
Shoot.
Got you in the spot.
Yeah, man, you put me on the spot. No, I'd rather play the Lions because they're more banged up. I feel like they've also been kind of falling apart. So, you know what? Shoot, I'm going to stick to my guns. I want a Ravens win this weekend because I want to win the North. And then whatever happens week 18. 28-21, right. Ravens.
They switched it on him. Oh, God.
There was a lot of thinking. I was going beep, boop, bop. There's a lot of math here. A lot of math. I usually have people do math for me. I don't do math that often, but wow, that was a pretty good one if you ask me. Jesse, take it away. Thank you.
All right, Bass. He is picking your Packers to lose to the Ravens at home, never on the road. We know that. Talk to me. Packers probably get this one done in your eyes, but how do they do it, and what's the score prediction?
Yeah, I was just counting the injury report, and it's 20 players. That's 37.7% of our roster.
And that's not even including Parsons, who's already out for the year.
Yeah, no, that's not including IR at all. That's current, and then one player that can return from IR. It's John Williams, the guy who did the whole Star Wars soundtrack. He's getting ready to play. No jokes aside. So I think if Jordan Love, I think he will be cleared. Hopefully he will be cleared here. Even if it's Malik, I still have comfortability in Matt LaFleur putting together a good game plan. Like I said, I think a lot of it comes down to finding success in the red zone, something that they haven't been able to do the last 2 weeks. I think that's going to be a big, game plan install point this week for LaFleur and the offense, regardless if it's Love or if it's Willis or if they have Jacobs or they don't. They have to execute in the red zone, and they simply just haven't been able to. Now, the one thing that the matchup that does worry me is Baltimore's defense, 6th best in the red zone. So they kind of match up well there against the Packers. But with Lamar, he didn't look good after that back injury, and there's reports that he could barely stand. Now, obviously, that he has a whole week to get right, and their season's on the line, and I don't doubt that Lamar, is a true gamer, and he wants to be out there to try to keep this season alive. And if he is, that does worry me. But a back injury is no joke, and I think if they don't have Lamar, the Packers should definitely be able to handle business here. But with him, it is a worry. And also, with Derrick Henry, I think it's a big worry here as well. The Packers haven't done a great job stopping the run. It gets even, worse now when you're without Micah Parsons, Evan Williams. So I think big thing comes down to stopping the run here. Baltimore needs to win. Packers need to win. I just don't see the Packers dropping 3 straight, right? They win and they're into the playoffs. They at least secure that spot, and then we'll see what happens with the Bears and Niners and move on from there. So I got Green Bay 28-20. I think Love plays, and honestly, I'm on the fence. I feel like Lamar could stick it out and play in this one.
Well, if he doesn't, you're going to fade Snoop Huntley, it sounds like. The disrespect. No, I'm just joking.
Pro Bowler, right? What was he had like 3 touchdowns that year?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Pro Bowler.
Yeah, Pro Bowler. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we'll see how it goes down. But the matchup of the week, clearly, listen, NFC North football, we say it every single week, but prime time, Sunday night football. Bears at my San Francisco 49ers. Primetime matchup. Bears have the extra day of rest. The 49ers coming off of a short week in Monday Night Football. This one has the number 1 seed potential written all over it. The 49ers control their destiny, I know, to get to the number 1 seed. The Bears would need maybe a little bit of help, but they also can still get the number 1 seed. This one is a hell of a matchup. Second to last week of the season. Lepigus, I'm going to go to you. Why don't you tell Nick here why my 49ers get it done, and what's your score prediction?
Well, this is a hell of a matchup. This is a matchup I think we're going to see in the playoffs maybe, a couple weeks from now again, because these two teams are hotter than hell right now. And I wasn't a Bears believer until they beat the Eagles, and this team just keeps finding ways to win. But you go to the Niners side, Brock Purdy's on a tear right now, man. I mean, he is absolutely ripping it up. Playing out on the West Coast is never easy. I know it's not going there on a Thursday. It's a little bit different. You go there on a Sunday night, but I'm going to go with the home team in a very close game, a very fun game, a high scoring game, 31-28, last second field goal. Niners take this thing.
Oh, I like it. All right. Good start. Dose, talk to me. How do you see this one going down? Bears at 49ers, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean, Jesse, I'm happy for you, man. The Niners been rolling, and I know there were some concerns early, but dude, I'm on that Colts game. They're still scoring. It's crazy. You're at 50 on their head. I'll say this though. I think the challenge is gonna. I think Chicago can challenge better defensively. That's the mindset that I have coming into this one. Just what they can give on the perimeter. They're challenging with their linebackers, healthier there than maybe earlier in the season, I believe, right now. So for that reason, I think both teams are going to move the ball pretty efficiently. Maybe it's just a turnover. That's the difference in this one. Crazy as it sounds, I kind of trust Caleb maybe a little bit more, I think, there that doesn't have a big turnover. So for that reason, I actually have the opposite score, Love, because I'm on 31-28. Chicago wins it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Bass, talk to me, man. Sunday Night Football. How do you see this one going down?
I have pretty similar thoughts as Lepigus. It's crazy because when you were talking, I was reading my notes and my score prediction. It's all pretty squared away there. If the Bears were home here, I think I would take them. I just, with how hot the 49ers have been, watching them last night, obviously they're not going to be playing Phillip Rivers by any means this week. Shout out Phillip, though. That was crazy. Both 11-4. San Fran's won 5 straight. They're banged up. The Bears are banged up. Every team's banged up. Brock Purdy clicking, I think, is the biggest thing here. Right, I think a lot of the concerns earlier, after Mac Jones it was starting, Purdy came back, and you're like, okay, do we go back to Mac Jones? Right, Purdy's finally clicking. I think a big thing here is Kittle. Probably more than I do, Jesse, if he's capable of playing or not. I think he probably will, but he's going to be huge for them. And right now, Chicago's second worst run defense in terms of yardage per game, and McCaffrey is ridiculous right now. In San Fran, I'm going to take the home team. I had 31-27, so very close to you, Lup, I guess.
Ooh,
Nice.
all right. 2 of the 3 picking my 49ers. Nick, talk to me. How do you see this one going down on Sunday Night Football?
Well, I'm super excited about this one because, like I kind of said earlier, this kind of sends a message if the Bears do truly pull this off, because we beat the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly in bad weather. I heard it's going to rain this weekend. Is it, Jesse, or is it going to clear up?
Listen, I hope not, because Brock Purdy in rain, he's like a gremlin. I hope that doesn't happen.
So that becomes a big factor in that one. With the Bears, the way they are, getting healthy at the right time. Roma Dunze had some good news today from Ben Johnson saying there's a good chance he'll be back. I do not like that Luther Burden and CJ Gardner-Johnson. We're not sure about them. But at the end of the day, this Bears team is also hot right now. We're 11-2 in our last 13. Our 2 losses, one of them against the Green Bay Packers, which came down to the final play at Lambeau, and the other one was in Baltimore, which was just a total dud. But since that game, the Bears have had a lot more confidence, played a lot better adjustments. Coaching staff's been doing good. Overall, at the end of the day, I think that the Bears walk into San Fran, and it's going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to be high scoring, to say the least. I think I got this one. Bears winning this one 31-28. Cairo Santos saves the day again with a field goal at the end. But it's gonna be a great game, Jesse. I know we'll talk about it tomorrow with you, but at the end of the day, I got the Bears winning this one because I just can't go against this Bears team. They're just too hot right now.
Yeah, I mean, I see in the chat someone says, we have a Swiss cheese defense. Listen, the 49ers have a Swiss cheese defense. You saw what Phillip Rivers did to the 49ers. The defense is not our strong suit right now, so it looks like this one could absolutely be a shootout. I just checked the weather. 6% chance of rain. Looks like the rain's going to be moving out on Saturday. Should be a sunny game. A little chilly, but nothing crazy. Not chilly for you guys.
Are you a weatherman, Jesse? That was pretty good.
I listen. I know a thing or two. All right, meteorologists on the side, but there it is. So yeah, should be good to go. So it shouldn't be a rain game, which means Brock Purdy can actually throw a football. So happy about that one.
Love that for you. We'll see.
I love that for you. All right, listen. Merry Christmas to everybody. Gosh, man, this has been a hell of a show all year long. I can't believe that we are here. Final couple weeks of the season. I hope everybody enjoys their holiday. We'll be back next week. We got to figure it out. We might be going Tuesday again with it being New Year's Eve. So we'll figure it out again. But either way, we will be back for sure next week and recapping the games that we just discussed. Big week. Maybe, just maybe, next week we get in here and it looks like this. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Too late.
It's not even possible. We're up a game and a half. What are you doing? It's really
not next week. Yeah, not next
2 weeks from now. All right.
Move it away, Jesse. I'm always number one.
Snap. He keeps going back and forth.
All right. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you. Have a happy holiday for Bass, Dose, Lepicus, and Nick. I'm your host, Jesse. We'll see you next week. Much love. Peace.